Merry Christmas, everybody. How's everyone doing this early Penguins game? You know what? I'm not. I'm mad. I'm not mad, Josh. I'm just disappointed. Um, it's the same old thing. Dan Muse is going to look like an idiot on. Here's my ultimate thing. Stop pulling the goaltender. I think that is the dumbest move in National Hockey League, and I'm not even joking.
I mean,
What
Sullivan would have
kind
done the
of
same thing. It's just,
what was that?
I said, it's not just a Dan Muse thing. It's like
Oh
every
no,
coach does it.
every coach does it. No, I agree. But I
Yeah.
think it's the dumb decision when they score on you and makes it 5-3. They go, "Oh, let's do it again." What do you think's gonna happen? I'll tell you exactly what's gonna happen. They do the same thing almost immediately. They get the puck because we got Dumb and Dumber on the blue line trying to do something cute. So I'm sick and tired of doing the empty netter. You make your goaltenders look bad. You make the rest of the team look bad. We lost 6-3 when it was technically a 4-3 game. It was a lot closer than it was, and then you pull that crap, which is stupid, if you ask me. Very stupid. The Penguins fall to the Leafs 6-3, and, the only good positive thing out of this is that Sidney Crosby got a point. That's all I really care about. And thank God the Penguins stopped playing for a gosh darn day because they need a break more than you think. They're absolutely terrible. I'm very disappointed in the Pittsburgh Penguins. You had one job. All you had to do was go in there and beat a crippling team. You couldn't even do that.
Yeah.
So
They literally just fired an assistant coach
they
yesterday.
fired their power play guy.
Yeah.
Okay? Here's the problem. This is a coaching issue. I'm done. I'm done skirting around it. I'm done beating around the bush. It's a coaching issue. If you're telling me you're on a plane ride to Toronto and you know that they're struggling, you know that they just fired a guy, and you're like, man, it was nice to have a day break. We just got a win and shootout. We should have the boys buzzing. God knows we didn't practice. So what do you think should be the response? Outplay them. And we did for the most part. That's what gets me mad. It's that you played them for the most part, but bonehead moves end up in the game. Let's be very clear about this. Erik Karlsson lost us this hockey game. 100%. There's no one else to blame. It was Erik Karlsson trying to be this former version of himself on the blue line. Nylander just pickpockets at him, and there's no recovery. And here, it's just a goal. And then you had Witherspoon. That was not his fault, but, I mean, it's still not great. You had Chris Letang, who just absolutely looked terrible as well. And it's not just the refs, okay? I understand a lot of people think the refs were the issue. It's not just you that the Pens win. It's a lot of people on the internet. It's not the refs, because we went the whole game without penalties until halfway through the third period. So it wasn't the ref. We couldn't put the puck in the net. We couldn't keep it in the zone. We kept doing the turnovers. We kept doing just bad, boneheaded stuff, and yet we're going to sound, okay, at least we're going to have a Merry Christmas, and then we'll be back. It's like people are so blind to the fact that the Pittsburgh Penguins are the same team no matter who's coaching them. It's 100% the same thing. You wanted to blame Sullivan for years. It's the same team. It's the same team. What was that performance out there? How about a breakaway that Skinner stops? Whoa, that should be unbelievable. No one's back. They had
Karlsson was, but he just flew right by Skinner.
Right. Yeah, he played the man. He just took this man with him. And then you have, whoa, what's going on here?
I don't know. I don't see anything.
Do you see to activate chat? Please enable channels. Do you see that?
No.
That was
I
so
don't.
bizarre. That was so bizarre. It looked like we lost connection for a second, so I don't want to say anything, but no, it just destroys my brain. It melts my brain to watch a performance like that again. And you climb all the way back, you claw your way into this game to just throw it out the window. And
Yeah.
people are going to say, you know, it's this or that, and I honestly think it's the coaching. It's the coaching. You have to start pointing fingers now, because why aren't we winning? Why aren't we winning? Why aren't we keeping in the game? Why is our defense so bad? Why is our special teams not doing it? Why can't we play a full 60 minutes? We got to stop going, well, it could be this, it could be that. No, we have to start pointing the finger the same way everyone, and I'm saying Josh, I'm not saying you in the chat. I'm saying as a collective of Penguins fans, we all pointed the finger at Mike Sullivan. We said, hey, his bad choices are not helping this team win. I know Dan Muse has only been here literally for 5 seconds, but he's making the same decisions, if not the worst same decisions that got Mike Sullivan fired. So we have to hold everyone accountable to an equal accountability. And that's why I'm yelling at Erik Karlsson just as much as I always yell at Chris Letang. Erik Karlsson cost us this game. Chris Letang cost us this game. It's finally evident. There's proof in the pudding. But are we going to do anything? No. We're just going to go back to Pittsburgh, and we're going to have a Merry Christmas with the team. It's always, the Penguins have such a funny schedule where no matter how bad they're in a rut, they just have to turn the page and move on to the next thing. They're going to have a little stupid Christmas party, and they're going to talk about how great it is to be here in Pittsburgh, and we're going to suck for the rest of freaking the year. Suck in January, go to the Olympics, and then we're going to come back and be like, okay, I guess now we'll play hockey. So I'm very frustrated. That was a long rant. I'm sick and tired of this. Josh, what did you think of tonight's game?
Yeah, I mean, there were definitely some bad bounces that went against us. And with a struggling team like Toronto, who's in dire need of bounces, got all the bounces. Got every single puck luck that went their way that's humanly possible. I mean, I kind of agree with Nolan here. Thought the team played real sloppy, 100%. Passes couldn't be, completed. They were forcing things left and right. Couldn't get up and down the ice. Couldn't maintain possession in the attack zone. Just sloppy, bad.
Yeah.
And then Skinner, he held his own. I don't disagree with this. Perhaps his best game as a Penguin. I think that may be fact, because there were so many saves that if it was, who knows, Shilov's, Jari, I don't know if they'd be made. And maybe that's being a little bit too harsh on the other guys, but I do believe that Skinner kept us in the game when it should have been already, I don't even know how many. There should have been a lot more goals, but Skinner was able to keep us in it. So I don't disagree with that statement. Sorry, I jumped the gun. But I don't disagree with you about Karlsson.
Depends when. Hold on. It depends when you're heading out. Merry Christmas. We will see you on Sunday. We're back at it. No episodes this week, but Merry Christmas. It depends when. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for always being here. Have a Merry Christmas with your family. Bye-bye. Okay, Josh.
But it depends when. No, I agree about Carlson, and it sucks because he's been having such a great season. Like he's been playing really well. So for him to come out tonight and just absolutely, I don't even know, be unrecognizable, I guess you can kind of say.
Totally different player.
It was so bad. And I don't know, because it takes away from like moments from like Rucker, like his goal. Great goal.
He played great all game. Rucker.
All game. He last like week and a half, he's been playing fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, like it also like, you know, I don't know if Kulak could have done anything differently on that Domi power play goal. That Domi, essentially was the game-winning goal. But I thought Kulak played a great game tonight. You know, I like how he's coming into the lineup and the contributions he's giving to the team. So it's like it's frustrating where it takes away moments like that. You know, Russ' goal to get the party started, kind of after the party had already started. After a great feed by Crosby, which then now solidifies him as 8th overall in points, passing Adam Oates, I want to say.
Are you sure that was in assists, or was that total?
Total points. He tied him Sunday for 8th overall.
No, because next up is Lidstrom. So this is assists.
Sure.
Yeah, I think. Because Oates is not in the top 10 all time.
No?
Maybe he is.
Okay.
Let's look. NHL.
Yeah. Just want to also just Tommy Boy throw up your point.
Yeah, you keep on going.
Who is the Phil Bork on the broadcast sometimes will literally say this: you have to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good. And we were getting those bounces though.
It was assists, and he did pass with 1,390
overall total assists.
He is now number 8 all time in assists.
Got it.
Yeah, which is absolutely freaking wild.
But yeah, I mean, we used to get those lucky bounces, lucky calls, lucky saves, everything, lucky goals in the beginning of the season, and it's just not coming our way. I don't know if it's as simple as we need to all get healthy. I don't know if it's as simple as that. I don't know if it's as simple as we need a break. Because we have been going like pretty much every other day or back to back for almost a month now. So,
which gets me scared for January.
I was just going to say, which is not great because after this break, you don't get a break until the Olympics. Mm-hmm. So it's literally, this is the last break. And then it is back to back or every other night throughout the entire month of January. And then, you know, leading up to the Olympic break. So if there's any time for us to turn the corner, it is literally Sunday against the Blackhawks. Turn the corner, you know, stupid coaching phrases, turn the page, burn the tape, whatever you want to say. Get the coaching cliches out, put them in big black bold letters and just mass produce it to the team. But to Tommy Boy's point, we may just not be good enough to get those bounces anymore. And that's what stinks, because we thought we were. We thought we were, and now it's just kind of the rug being pulled out from underneath us.
Yeah, but also you need to see that in practice. Okay? It's almost feels like the Penguins haven't been practicing. And that to me is right, which is dumb, okay? That's a dumb decision, and it's a dumb decision to pull the goalie twice.
My only counter to the practice thing is that I think it's very hard to manage because it it's such a long season, first of all. And then second of all, there's really no time to do a practice. Like, because we have back-to-backs and every other night.
Sometimes I would agree with you. Sometimes I would agree with you.
And then third, I would not be surprised. I may be completely wrong because I did not read the CBA with a fine-tooth comb, but I would not be surprised if the CBA, agreed upon by the players have like reduced amount of practices throughout the year. You know, like how the NFL did several years ago, where they took away the amount of padded practices you can have in a week before a game. So maybe the NHL did the same thing, saying, hey, it's an 82-game season. It's long. When we have a day or two in between, we'd like one of those to be, you know, a rest day, not always requiring a practice. So Dan Muse is probably also trying to juggle that and putting the practices where they're supposed to be because he's only allowed so many throughout the year.
And that could be true. I don't know. It could be true, could not be true. Yeah. I just know one thing to be true, and that is you win your games through practice. And we're not doing anything. And our power play, although it's number 1 right now, or penalty kill. Penalty kill.
No,
what's our number 1?
Power
it is
play.
Our power play. It
should.
Because
it's not penalty kill. Because we were 1 for 10 in the course of a couple games or something like that. So it's definitely not penalty kill.
And I think I'm getting real tired of doing this whiplash. And this was all last year. This was the year before. And we thought this was going to be different. It's not. So I'm sick and tired of any schedule. I'm sorry. I want to see if Tommy Boy pulled it up. Any scheduling crunches affect all 32 teams in Olympic year schedule. So make the playoffs to make the playoffs, either us or someone else will need to overcome that challenge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, no.
1,000 nail on the head. Absolutely. And I think that's what Louis is saying, is that now this turns to Dan Muse.
Yeah.
This is the point where now you need to help this team overcome that challenge. That's what I think Louis is alluding to, is that we have the players. We saw it in the beginning of the season. The potential is there. Yeah. So now Louis is saying through practice, he needs to get us through that better obstacle of this schedule crunch. Yeah.
And not only just a schedule crunch, but situational hockey is super important, especially for these older guys. They're not going to want to do drills. Do situations. Like, I don't know, you're down 1 goal. We pull the goalie. Could we do a little bit more drills on that?
Can we hold on to the
Could we hold on to it? Rather than every single time we've pulled the goalie, it's almost less than 30 seconds they get the goal.
Yeah.
That tells me that we don't know what to do in that situation. And you could say, oh, no, they do. They know what they're doing. No, they don't, because they let the other team score. Okay? Yeah. There are teams that we have faced this season alone that they pull their goalie and all of a sudden they become freaking Canada as an Olympic hockey team, and we can't stop them. We can't get them out of our own zone. So I understand why you pull the goalie. I'm not saying you shouldn't. What I'm saying is, if you're going to do that, know what you have on the ice, okay? If freaking Anaheim can do it, Utah can do it, then so can Pittsburgh. The problem is, without practice, without putting it into literal practice, you're not going to know what you have. And all we have seen is the Penguins. All we see now is that the Penguins struggle completely to figure out what's going on. They can't do anything on the ice when they are forced and put pressure to, and they fall apart. And Dan Muse is now responsible because guess what? I'm not going to say, like the TNT broadcast kept on putting us, Evgeny Malkin's the solution, Josh. Did you see the Penguins?
Well, that's what I was alluding to when I said that. Like, I don't know if it's as simple as we all need to get healthy because he's the odd man out.
It's not like he was dominating the team. He's good, but don't get me wrong. It's not like he was the guy who's leading this team. He's not. He's a good hockey player. Listen, what if the roles were reversed? Sidney Crosby is out. Malkin is in and we're losing. Are you going to have the same thing with Sid? No, you're not. So that's my point. It's just one player. It's just one player. Oh, yeah, maybe they would do it with Sid. But my point is that stop with the excuses. Stop. I'm done. Stop saying, oh, it's Malkin and Lizotte. I love Lizotte. First of all, I feel like me and Josh have been the only one shouting Lizotte's name from the freaking rooftop this season. Everyone has said how our bottom
this season, last season.
That's true. And I said, oh, I love Lizotte and Noel Acciari. Everyone said they were the first ones to go in the offseason, right, Josh? And we were like, no, these are the reasons why you keep these guys at the fourth line, that I may add, is that we've always said those are your bottom six guys. And we were told, no, you shouldn't have that. Acciari should be gone. Lizotte should be gone. I love Lizotte. He's not going to change the way the Penguins are playing right now. He may show some energy on his line. Same thing with Evgeny Malkin. He may show energy on his line, but is he going to turn around the internal problems that the Pittsburgh Penguins have right now? The answer is no. I'm sorry, because guess what? Evgeny Malkin isn't going to be calling what's happening with this team in the break, on power play, on freaking an empty netter.
Not only that, he doesn't play defense.
He doesn't play defense. And
I'm not taking a jab at him being an offensive player not playing defense. I mean, like, his position is not defenseman, because to be frank, that's our biggest issue. Yes, Skinner and Jari are the same player, and we complained about Jari, so we should complain about Skinner. I get it. But honestly, at this point, goaltender is second. It's defense is number one issue, wholeheartedly. Yeah. So it's got to go back to defense, and it got to be corrected.
And Tommy Boy, another great point with Erik Karlsson not hitting Beckett, Senecki, with the 0.1 seconds left to give up the tying goal. Right, that was back when I think it was Ducks. Perfect example where situational awareness killed us. Correct. It's situational awareness, which is what I'm saying. Dan Muse needs to take.
And what you alluded to tonight about the breakaway that Skinner initially stopped, and then Erik Karlsson was technically the first guy there that could put a stick on the puck, and he just flies by. By.
Situational awareness it just, you got to figure it out. Also, what you said, death by 1,000 cuts. That's the Pittsburgh Penguins. Penguins, death by 1,000 cuts. Everything is just one little mistake. It's a snowball effect, and then it just keeps on going. And listen, one hockey player, two hockey players, even three hockey players are not going to change that. Look at the Toronto Maple Leafs. They are struggling. Some would argue, not me, but some would argue they have more young talent than the Pittsburgh Penguins. Austin Matthews, Nylander.
Yeah, I could agree.
Yeah, all I'm saying is nice. Just Robertson. Because we have Crosby, Malkin, and Letang. Listen, I love Crosby. I will die for that man. But let me tell you that he's not the young Austin Matthews. Okay, Austin Matthews is supposed to be leading this team.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're failing. And no one is questioning the talent of the guy. They're questioning. Actually, I take that back. They are definitely questioning the talent of Austin Matthews right now. Now they are. But like, what gets me, the Toronto Maple Leafs are us. Okay. And they're not expecting Austin Matthews, Nylander, and Nyes to figure it out, right? That's not what Toronto is saying. Toronto is saying, why aren't they scoring more? Why aren't they producing? But it's not like they're putting it on them to figure it out. They're blaming their coaches. They're blaming their defense. They're blaming their goaltenders. Except it's the opposite with the Pittsburgh Penguins. All I see from the fans is, why isn't Crosby playing defense? And I'm like, what does that have to do with our problems that we're facing right now? Yeah, maybe he's a little slow to the back check because freaking no one else is playing defense. It's not his responsibility. It's not. He has always said from day one.
That was a nice, savvy veteran defenseman move on the play leading up to his
to the
assist.
Brian Rust goal.
Yeah.
Great defensive move. But no one's going to say he's a good defenseman, Josh. But that's my problem, is that everyone puts all this pressure on Sid and Gino to be to be literally the greatest hockey players every single night. And I'm like, guys, it's not their job to play defense. And I'll even say that about Evgeny Malkin. The question is not should they play defense. It's the question is, why isn't our defenseman playing defense? Why
Bingo.
should Sid and Gino have to cover for defensemen that are defensemen? Now, granted, if there was a play where a defenseman did his job and took a player and then no one filled in. Do you know what I'm saying? Like where their roles. Okay, you can make an argument for that. I'm not denying that. But if you're saying, well, Sid and Gino need to start playing defense more. And I'm like, guys, that's not their job. It's not. Their job is to get in the offensive zone and make magic happen. That you've been doing it for the last 20 years, you haven't complained until now. Okay? That's my problem. Okay? Their job is not to figure out why defensively we suck. That's Dan Muse's problem.
And
Kyle Dubas's problem. Not Sidney Crosby's problem. So I'm not defending, wow, Sidney Crosby can't play defense. I'm defending Evgeny Malkin as well. Gino, he's not supposed to play defense. He's supposed to score. Sidney Crosby, he's supposed to score. Or at least set up a goal. That's his job. He'll be the first one to tell you that. He is not supposed, and his 38-year-old butt is definitely going to tell you, yeah, I'm not going to stand in front of a shot. Okay? I'm not going to do that. That's not my job. And guess what? My job is to take the puck down the ice. Watch Sidney Crosby without the puck. As soon as a forward grabs the puck, whether he's on 5-on-5, whether he's 5-on-4, what does he do, Josh? Up the ice. Is he worrying about whose man is who coming out the offensive zone? No. His job is to get up the ice and make space so he could set up a goal. That's his job. Dan Muse needs to figure out what his job is and to stop all these bad games. That's his job. If only if only Crosby could defend half as good as Letang. You're right. If only. In fact, I would make a bold claim saying Crosby is just as good as a defenseman as Chris Letang. And I think that's a very accurate statement.
Louis, last year we talked about putting goalie pads on Sidney Crosby because we thought he'd be a better goalie than Jari because of his past playing goalie.
That's true. Sidney Crosby is a better defenseman than Chris Letang. I'm getting sick and tired. I'm getting real sick and tired of just this blame game except for leadership in the team. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about Crosby leadership. I'm talking about coaching and management.
Yeah. It's hard though. It's hard though because like to be fair, you have to be a little bit more lenient and forgiving because it is his first year and his first head coaching job. So you have to at the NHL level. So I know. You have to kind of give him a longer leash. And I think that's kind of where we're at right now is just give him the long leash, see if he can sort it out, and then go from there. It's just sucky situation. But I don't know. I'm still holding on. Still holding on. It's early.
I'm not
Still
saying
early.
the season. I'm not saying the season is over. My prediction is still that we're going to get a wild card spot. I still believe that. Doesn't mean I can't complain and whine about how they're playing. I think that's fine to say. The Penguins just don't know. Honestly, it just drives me nuts because for the first time in the last 2 games, they're playing a full game. But they make bonehead decisions. And I'm just, what are we doing out there? And I get it. I'm a fat guy sitting on a couch yelling at a TV. You don't have to tell me. I'm very self-aware in that. But I'm also, I think I believe I have enough puck knowledge to be like, something is off about the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's not like we're just a team struggling. Something is off at the core. And it's I don't know where to place it. Fast start to the season was all smoke and mirrors, ? Is Tank for McKenna officially back on, says Tommy Boy. 87-71. Oh, Crosby and Evgeny Malkin. Oh, that makes sense.
All right, you want to hear my theory as to what's broken?
Josh, what's broken? And then we'll answer Tommy Boy's question.
Okay. Here's my theory that I'm just throwing out there. You know, kind of one of those things where you just throw it out, see what sticks.
Yeah. I do that all the time.
Could it be that the organization and the team believe Crosby does want out, but won't actually say it? So they're all on pins and needles, don't know how to handle the situation, and at any moment, he could just say he wants out.
I think that...
Just a thought.
I don't like that.
Because why did... Because don't you feel like things changed after his agent came out and said something?
No, I believe...
Things got weird.
That was off season, no?
Yes, but just the way that everyone like spoke about Crosby changed a little bit. It became much more appreciative. Much more. What are you reading?
James, which I literally was just saying this. So I'm just kind of like, hey, all right, James, nice. But anyway, I don't like the Earth theory.
Man to man. I like that.
And we'll throw up your
that'll be tough
comment,
though,
James. Hold on, don't jump ahead because we still got Tommy Boys too.
Oh, sorry.
But to your theory, I don't think that's happening.
I hope not. I'm just saying. I know. When you're losing, you're thinking of everything.
Yeah,
thinking of everything.
He did say something that my tiny brain kind of like alarms went off. All right, so in the TNT broadcast, ringy dingy dingy. So when the woman voice, I don't know, whatever she does, the interviewer for TNT, they did like a lot of questions with Sid, and how she asked the question, how do you keep going? You know, and obviously when your legs are tired and you don't have enough gas. And he said, yeah, it's really important to be on a good team. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you know, we're not a good team. So I was kind of like, does he mean a good team in the sense of a supportive team, a team that is going to be there for you to pick you up? And I mean that on the ice and off the ice. Or does he literally mean a good hockey team?
Talent-wise.
It helps to be on a good hockey team. Here's my theory. Sidney Crosby is tired. And he is so looking forward to being on the team where it's not about him. He is waiting to go to bingo. He is just trying to get to the Olympic break. All of the season has been about him being traded and the Penguins suck. Of course he hears this. Of course he knows that all this is going on. He just wants to be on a team where the focus is not about him. And guess what? Even if he gets traded like your theory is, he's still going to be center of attention. Okay?
I didn't say he was going to be traded. I'm just saying.
No, I know.
The thought is now implanted. It's like Inception. It was now planted in their brains.
Yeah. Well, apparently Toronto's broadcast said, is this the last time we'll see Sidney Crosby in a Penguin sweater? So they're still pushing that narrative in Canada because God knows they don't have enough drama up in Canada for all their hockey teams. But they love to add fuel to the fire with that stuff. But what I'm saying is, I don't think Sid wants out. I think he really tremendously wants to go out with Pittsburgh. I think that's a goal of his, to never switch a team. But the problem is that this team sucks. And I'm wondering if he's waiting to see if he needs to pull his one card. The I'm freaking Sidney Crosby card. No, not that he's out. Not that he's out. I read your lips. Not that he's out. That I'm Sidney Crosby. Either turn this ship around, okay, or I'm going to start being public. Ooh. I think Sidney Crosby has enough weight to move mountains in Pittsburgh, okay? No matter the management, and I mean Fenway Sports Group, the old group with Mario and Burkle, the new Hoffman group, if Sidney Crosby's going to speak, they're going to listen. Okay? Mm-hmm. So I believe he hasn't said anything yet. I don't think he has said anything yet. I think he's going to pull this card soon. Hey, guys, you need to do something. Go get someone. We need to figure out defense. We need to figure out this. I'm Sidney Crosby, and we need to figure out how to win. Why does Crosby play hockey, Josh? He said it. Why does he play hockey?
That's what I think the agent was kind of doing in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, here's what I think. Here's my theory to on your theory. Him and his agent had a little argument. His agent was saying, you go tell them you're Sidney Crosby, and if you want to do this, you're going to have to do this. And he goes, no, I'm not ready to do that. No. He could have made of all these excuses. And then his agent was like, fine, if you won't, I will. He wants to be on a winning team.
That's what I'm saying is the first step was him, the agent, saying, yep, I'm out.
Yeah.
He's out, whatever. But
he obviously has a connection to Letang. So it's not like, I'm not saying we got to figure out, when I say like when Sid goes, oh, we have to figure something out on defense. Obviously Letang is part of that. We know he's untouchable. Unless Sid has a heart-to-heart with freaking Letang, goes, dude, you need to freaking
that would
be better. Or he goes, retire. Please, could we just all retire at once? Could we just go all out and all that? But I think that's the thing. I think Crosby knows Pittsburgh. He knows the Penguins fans. And I think he knows that he could pull the card and say, you know what? I know this is not part of your plan, but let's go all in. I want to go after a cup in Pittsburgh. And Dubas can...
There's nothing...
Don't forget...
Just based off of my super low knowledge of the NHL market, there is no one that you can go get right now.
Once again...
Quinn Hughes was the only guy.
That was the big name. I'm not saying we need to rehaul the team to be this all-star team. That's not what I'm saying.
But these guys, someone. someone with
someone. Sure,
like
I'm not
you
saying
now
a
need
big
elite
name.
level. You need elite level.
I think there are some defensemen out there that aren't like elite that you could get that would help this team.
I don't know.
All I'm saying is this is all theory, by the way. So please don't take what we're saying.
We're just bored because we're only on game 36 and we still have 50 more games
of this crap to go through.
This.
So I'm just sick and tired of that. And listen, if Josh, I'm going to say something against my boy.
Here we go. Merry Christmas, everyone.
If he leaves, if he chooses to be traded, I lost a lot of respect for Sidney Crosby.
Yikes.
I lost a lot of respect. If he chooses to leave Pittsburgh just because he wants to win a Stanley Cup, I'm sorry, you tainted your legacy. I don't care. You tainted your legacy, especially here in Pittsburgh. You don't deserve a statue if he decides to leave.
Wow.
And I'm going to stand on that. I don't think he deserves a statue if he leaves.
Wow.
You're telling me you put a statue up a guy who decided, I think I could do so much better than Pittsburgh. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
You don't
brought 3 cups here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's why Mario has one, because he also helped bring 3 cups to the Pittsburgh Penguins.
2 cups.
No. He orchestrated that 2009.
All right,
he was
but
the
that's.
owner.
I'm
just saying
he
was a part of it. He was a part of it. No,
but I don't think that's why they gave him the statue.
Listen, if Crosby, even if it was his decision, I lose a lot of respect for Sidney Crosby.
I don't know.
That's my decision. That's my opinion. If it's his decision, okay, I have to accept it. But yeah, I would lose a lot of respect for Sid. Which, from what I know about Sidney Crosby, I don't think he wants to leave.
I don't think so either.
He wants to leave.
I think your one theory is probably going to be more accurate than any of them.
Which is
if Gino does not let me rephrase this. If Gino comes back for another year, next year is it. All 3 out.
All 3 are going to retire. And that's why.
But I also, due to the level of play by Letang, I would be upset but not shocked if they all are gone this year.
To a different team?
No, retire.
Sid ain't retiring after this.
We talked about it. He doesn't want to go out on a decline. And if you are looking at this team, you are saying, I'm not going to win a cup with this team. This year, next year, or the year after. So why keep dragging myself to do this when I know my play is going to start declining? I'm just saying.
All I can think of, I know. All I can think of is the reason why Kyle Dubas said he came here was for Sidney Crosby.
I agree.
He didn't talk about Gino. He didn't talk about Letang. All he said was when he referred to Letang and Gino, when he referred to Gino, he said, I wouldn't bet against Mike Sullivan, Crosby, and Malkin. Yeah. That's when he referred to Gino. But he said, who was one person he spoke to before he came here? Sidney Crosby. So I don't think he will never be the GM to trade away Sidney Crosby. No matter if he asked it or not. That. No, I know. But what I'm saying is, all that to say, if Sidney Crosby pulls out his I'm Sidney Crosby card,
he's going
goodbye to Kyle Dubas's plan.
Yeah.
Because they're going to go all in. And honestly, the stars are kind of aligning right now. The stars are kind of aligning. This offseason, I think the Penguins go all in. Even to Josh's point, let's re-sign Malkin. I'm not against fully re-signing Malkin.
Where's Shane? Who is
I feel like
he said that he No, I think it was Shane who said that every time, every stream, he says that we need to re-sign Malkin.
That was IR3K.
Oh, IR3K?
He would always, he always gives me a hard time because I say don't sign Malkin. But if the stars are aligning, and you're right, they bring back Malkin for a year, and you're like, yeah, after that they're all going out as a trio. That's fine. But I don't think Crosby's going to say, oh, we're just going to go out and we're going to fade to the black. He's going to want to go out with a bang. He's going to want to try to go out with a win.
But what I'm saying is, my point is, if it comes to the end of the year and he's realizing that it may not happen, then just call it now. Because especially you just did the Olympics. Yep. And if he wins gold again, I'm sorry, as much as I think another cup would be awesome for his resume, Hockey Hall of Fame doesn't care only about Stanley Cups. They very much factor in Olympics. So that's enough. That's enough to put him in, even though he's literally in. He's just waiting for the formality.
I think, here's what I think. This is what I could see from Kyle Dubas. They re-signed Malkin. But Malkin has to be super cheap. And I think he knows this. Same amount or less. I don't give a rip. And I think Malkin knows this. Because it's not like he's asking, oh, I'm so good, give me another. He's just saying, I don't want to play anywhere else. Like, he's more like, so I don't want to go anywhere. It's not about, oh, I deserve this and this. And I've never been mad at Gino for saying that. But what I'm thinking is, let's say they re-sign him. Minimum, whatever, doesn't matter. Minimum in his eyes, sorry, not the NHL minimum. That's not what I'm saying. I don't think you should re-sign Malkin for $750,000. But you re-sign at his minimum, right, which is maybe the same amount for a year, and then you go all in. And I mean, you go all in. You have assets. You have the stuff that you need. You have prospects. Start making deals. Start going in. I would love a goaltender who's competent and consistent. Go get one. Everyone is saying there's rumors going around that we're going to flip Skinner.
Okay.
People say we're going to flip Skinner at the deadline.
My only concern is if Dubas, when I say you, as in Dubas, if you are that sold on Murashov being the guy of the future, you can't bring someone in to be the guy if you think Murashov is the guy.
I'm not saying a guy. Right now, no one is the guy. We have 5 goaltenders. No one is the guy.
Correct. But you need a guy. You need a guy.
Right. I think you need consistency. I think you go get an older guy. Someone from the Pittsburgh area who needs a change of scenery.
So. Nope, I don't think so.
John Gibson.
You need to get off that.
I'm not ever going through that. Getting a number one goalie through trade rarely happens. Can't see it. And honestly, I don't know who. I couldn't even give you a name.
Yeah. But
I couldn't.
So you're saying it's not you're saying not a number one.
No, a number 2. A solid number 2. Because guess what? The way Penguins play, we're going to do a goalie 1A, goalie 1B for the next couple years. Mm-hmm. So I could really see a veteran goaltender come in. Maybe someone who
who I would have loved a couple years ago, but now it's 2 years too late, is Jonathan Quick as a backup.
I mean, maybe more than 5 years ago.
No, that's when he was at his. I'm talking about as a backup, not as the guy.
Oh, I see.
5 years ago, Jonathan Quick could have been the guy. 2 years ago, Jonathan Quick.
Do you remember
is
the time
serviceable backup?
Connor Hellebuck wanted out.
Oh, and then he got the bag. Yeah,
he got the bag.
Yeah.
What I wouldn't do to go back in time and just scream that.
Rumor was Otter wants out. Rumor is Otter. No. Sorry, not Otter.
Not Otter.
from the Blues. What's his name?
Bennington? I don't want Bennington.
He's better than Skinner and Shelovs.
Yeah, I just don't like him. I just don't like him as a person.
That's a personal thing. I'm just looking at ice. It's better than Shelovs and Skinner.
A third Olympic gold medal to match his 3 Stanley Cups would be an all-time resume, even for Hall of Famers, especially as captain of 6 teams. Even though American, I hope he takes the gold. 100% Tommy Bull. Listen, all I'm saying is I don't care if he wins gold. I don't care if whatever. Just don't leave Pittsburgh. That's the whole point of this. Don't leave Pittsburgh, dude. Anyway, that's a rumor. Josh and I just did all this as a what if. That you just got your what if episode.
we do these off air all the time.
All the freaking time. What do you think Crosby's thinking right there? He probably thinks he wants to go out. No, Crosby's like, I just had a bad game. Like he probably was just like, and whatever.
Yeah.
Would he still get a watch? Yeah, probably. But not a statue.
Would he get it from Ovechkin? I think that's the better question.
Interesting. But he wouldn't because he's a part owner in Norcane, so he ain't getting a Rolex.
True.
The Edmonton 1-9 in the last 10. Oh, I know. We stink, buddy boy. And then James, finally back to you. Enough is enough, coach. You're gonna have a short-lived career in Pittsburgh unless you deal with Letang, man to man. I agree. Listen, I think you just have to have a conversation. I also think Letang is self-aware.
Yeah.
I don't think he's like oblivious to the fact that he's not dominating, But okay, there was one other comment, and then we could wrap up. Oh, Tommy Break. Fast start to the season. Yeah. Fast start to the season was all smoke and mirrors. Is it Tank officially back on? Okay, really quick. We'll answer this, and then we'll head out. Fast start to the season was all smoke and mirrors. Oh, wow. Nice, Josh. No. I have a theory on this, Josh. Are you ready for this?
Oh, my word. Here we go. The episode of theories.
Our first, what was it? 10 games? 8-2. No. 8-2-2. No? What were we? 8-2-2 in the beginning of the season.
I don't know. First couple dozen.
12 games. So first 12 games, Dan Muse didn't coach. He just let the team play because he needs to see what's in front of him. That's what happens when the Penguins weren't coached. Then we went to Sweden and came back, and then he decided, okay, so here's what we're going to do. And we've sucked since. So I think maybe that's an issue because it's not the opposite. It's not like he coached from day one and was like, all right, guys, I'm taking a break off, till the Olympics. I think it's the opposite. I think he just wanted to see them play. And he said, have at it, boys. And that's what happens when they just had at it. They were just playing to their heart's content. There you go. 8-2-2. Wow, what a great start for the Pittsburgh Penguins, number 1 in the NHL. And then they stink. And it's not like we've gone back. It's not like we've had a spark of our former self in October.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't. So I think it wasn't smoke and mirrors. I think that was the talent that we had, but now it's being suppressed. Is the tank for McKenna officially back on? No. This kid doesn't go to his teammate's birthday party. No, sorry. The teammates don't come to his birthday party. So what does that mean, Josh?
It's a bad leader.
It's a bad leader.
Bad teammate.
No. So that's my prediction. So no, Tank for McKenna is not back on.
Nolan with the comment. The curse of the Swedish spa.
That's what it is, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
because
we need
why
to
were
find
they
our
all at the
Vontae
spa at the same time?
I don't know. Maybe they
It's
did
weird.
some Illuminati crap over there. I don't know.
Maybe.
Just wait until January. More hockey cards. And that's also, he said, I don't think this season is a wash yet. And that's what I said. I don't think so either. I think what we're going to see is after the Olympic break, we're going to probably play the best hockey of the season, is my prediction.
Yep. So let's just get us there.
Yeah, because January is a game literally every other day.
Yeah, it's gross. It's so bad.
It's really bad. It's going to be super busy for them. And if you think they couldn't keep up now, God, that's going to be terrible in January. Unless they find this magical, this momentum that's going to carry them on, which I highly doubt. But
yeah.
Anyway. Hey, Josh.
Just eclipsed an hour.
But it is to make up because we didn't do a video today. You know what's sad? The Pirates general manager is doing more for the Pirates right now than Dubas is for the Penguins. You know why he's doing stuff for the Pirates right now?
Off-season.
Because he's trying to soften the blow for Paul Skeens leaving. Just get ready. Just get ready. You think, oh, we got a first baseman. No. He's like, oh, we got a first baseman because Paul Skeens is going to the Yankees. Louis is going to one of those games. Am I?
What ones? What games? Pirates games?
Are we going to a game? Oh, yeah, in January. That's right. That's right. I totally
you're going to a game in January.
Yeah. I was like, oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I definitely think what's his name is gone. Paul Skeens.
New York, baby.
Trade.
Looks pretty good. New York looks
he's
pretty
going to
good.
He's going to the Yankees. Why did he go to a Devils game, guys? Just a little freak out about that amongst yourselves. Josh is a Yankees fan. I'm a Red Sox fan. Paul Skeens ain't coming to Boston. He's going to Yankees. That's for sure.
He could go to Boston. FSG is now flush with cash. $1.7 billion.
It's all going straight to Paul Skeens.
Straight to Paul Skeens.
How funny would that be?
Yeah.
They were
Paul
like
Skeens,
the reason why they sold. It was the first selling of a sports franchise just so they can afford a player to come to their team.
And they had like boots on the ground in Pittsburgh so they can actually watch him.
Yeah.
And said, this is the guy we need to get for our better franchise, the Red Sox.
That's 100%. But we didn't do an episode today. We're not having a what if. So you got kind of a double dose here today in this episode. We recapped how the Penguins are playing so far in this season, which is what we usually put up on Tuesdays. And we did a what if, basically. We did a theory, which is exactly what we do on Friday's videos. So you guys got the best of both worlds. We packaged in a nice little present for you. And with that, enjoy your Christmas break. This is a time for you and your family to spend time together. Isn't it great? Where you not have to think about the Pittsburgh Penguins. Instead, you could think about the Minnesota Vikings and how they missed the playoffs, and how would have this game looked if both teams were in the playoffs? It would look a whole lot different.
Commanders?
No, we're playing the Lions.
Oh. Yikes.
But, Josh,
blowout
JJ
city.
McCarthy is out. Our third string quarterback, Brosmer, is going to be starting. And they just picked up Ripon back up from the waiver wire. So those are going to be our quarterbacks for Christmas Day. What?
Brett
Ripon? Yeah, you got it.
Ripien? Isn't there an I in there somewhere?
Yeah, I don't know how you spell it. There's a Y and an I in there. I don't know what they did.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And did Brosner, didn't he go to BYU?
No, he went to he's a Minnesota guy. He's a Minnesota man.
Oh, Minnesota.
Yeah, but I get to watch that. So you think I get mad about the Pittsburgh Penguins? Oh yeah, I'm gonna be watching the Minnesota Vikings get absolutely blown out.
On Christmas.
That's gonna be fun on Christmas Day. That's my present. And then I come back on Sunday and watch them probably lose to the Bedardless Chicago Blackhawks. This is going to be fantastic for me. So pray for me this week. Josh, do you have one wish for the Pittsburgh Penguins for your Christmas present?
Christmas wish from the Pittsburgh Penguins would be to get their crap together.
Yeah,
I can't be doing this for another 40-something games.
We have mental health to worry about, okay?
Yeah. Yes.
Life is hard enough as it is. I don't need to keep on watching these Penguins games and make me depressed.
That's all I got.
I just want defenseman. Just give me a defenseman.
Just a defenseman? That's not good. That's not good.
You know what, Josh? Let's just try Harrison Brunick. Let's try to make Harrison Brunick work again.
Let's do it. Give me Brunick and Pickering. Yeah, give me Pickering and Brunick at this point.
It's a better line combination than Kulak and Letang. Anyway, guys, Merry Christmas. We hope you have a great couple days. We will see you back on Sunday against Chicago Blackhawks. 7 o'clock. We go live right after. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a Merry Christmas. And Josh, as always,
jingle all the way. Merry Christmas. Let's go Pens.
It is like that.